Clark Art School, and today we're going to be looking at three-point perspective and looking at a block or some buildings in the city, but from high up, from an aeroplane, looking downwards, and have a look and see what type of perspective that's going to be. So sometimes you need to do these type of drawings, and let's see what we could be doing about that now. So let's go over to the easel and see what we have for you. First of all, let's take a look at a city block. Now this is a photograph taken over New York, and if you have a look, you can see all the buildings in the center are vertical, and as you go towards the side, on the left hand side they're leaning, the top is leaning over towards the left, the top right hand side is leaning over to the right. And if you project all those lines down, you'll come to a vanishing point way below the surface of the ground. And if you look at the top of these buildings as well, this particular one, you're looking straight in the face of these buildings in the center. So it's basically a two-point perspective. But we're going to be doing a three-point perspective today. But just this one I wanted to point out to show all the vertical lines are changing like that. Let's go and have a look at another one. Yeah, another one also in the city, and this time instead of looking straight onto a face, we're looking at it almost at 45 degrees at both sides, but not quite. But anyway, this is, you have the corner of this building, and all the lines on the right-hand face are shooting upwards towards the right, and on the left-hand face upwards towards the left. And these ones are also vertical lines, or you see the main building, one is leaning over to the right side on the top, and the other one leaning over to the left side on the top. So they have all these kind of pointing down to a vanishing point way below the ground. So we're going to go over and do a drawing from imagination, but using these principles that we've just shown you now. So let's go over to our board, our piece of paper, and start our imaginary block. I'll be using about 2 or 3 or 4, maybe 4 blocks, and using this particular principle. Right, here we are at our piece of paper, and the first thing we need to do is to draw the horizon line, which in this case is way above. We're looking down, so let's draw the horizon line right up at the top end here. I'm trying to get that sort of more or less parallel there. Get the pencil, let's draw that line right across. Let's get into the center and draw a center line. Let's see, more or less straight, so let's get that one down. So I'm going to make it looking slightly skew, so let's put this one's vanishing point up in this corner, and this one a little bit shorter here, just to make it difficult or different. Here's the one vanishing point, and let's put the other one right down here. There we go, that's way below the actual surface. So everything is going to be drawn in this triangle. this one here is a horizon. And your eye level is always at the horizon. So the eye level is up here, so let's put a little eye. And just to show that we're actually looking downwards into the thing. So now we're going to take a building, and let's say the top of that building is round about here, and everything goes through these vanishing points. So let's draw a little line across there, one across here, and let's assume that this building is about that wide across here and that wide there. In other words, because this one is longer, this one is shorter, the building is twisted this way slightly, so this face will be slightly longer than that one. Now, we take that point and across there. We join those 2 points across through to there. Now that's the top of our building. But that building, we're looking down, so that building is going to go down that line, and let's put it down this way, through down there. But now we want to get a point at the ground and say, right, let's say the building is that tall. So let's take that, and let's take a line right across there, and that one will go across there. And in other words, this is down a street level. That one is down a street level. So this is our main building, and we're looking down. So let's get a pen and outline this building so it's easily seen. So we got there, there, oops, that is the nasty one. I'll have to get rid of that somewhere along the line. And then now we have the corner down to there. Now we have a street running across this side, we have a street running across that side. First of all, let's close that, put it aside, and let's add the pavement. Now that pavement will also run across from there, up that side, and that pavement will run from there, up across there. And although I'm not going to do building on the left-hand side, but there's a road that runs this way, and there's a road that comes down here. From there, let's project that line across. And we have your crossroad on here. So let's draw that in, ignoring buildings on this side and buildings on that side. I'm not going to do, yeah, right. I'm not going to do that one yet because we're going to work out where some other cross streets are, but this one is going to be from here and run all the way up there. And actually across here. And that one, the street will go into infinity on that side. Okay, now we're going to add some other buildings in. So let's go and have a look. Now we're going to let's add a road. There's an open space down the bottom here. Let's add a road that's going up this way. Another one that runs up there, and let's say there's a block, there's one going to be running up this side, and there's going to be about that wide, and it runs up that way. Right, so now we can see it stops that point, there. So we don't want to get rid of the paving, or the pavement rather. That one goes here. That one will go up that way. Okay, let's say there's another road. Let's add these in here. Road up there. And let's add another one here. Right, I'm not going to worry about roads up that side. And let's put one here. We'll complete those because there's going to be buildings in here. We'll just see where the lines are going to be. Now this one, I said there's going to be an empty space. In this piece here. Then we have buildings across there. Now all this is just, we're just imagining these things at the moment and say, right. Let's say there's a smaller building and we've got a pavement that also runs across that way there. And that's the corner of the building. And that face of the corner of that building will run up this line. Across here. Now we're going to make this building a little bit smaller than the other one. Let's say top of that building is here, and let's say we've got a building here, and there's a little gap in between. There's no road, but there's like a arcade. That one there. That one's going to be here. So we're going to have that building there. There's going to be another one here. That one's top. It's going to run through there. And up into there. Got it across that line, is there already. Run one across here. And let's say it's that wide. There's that building. Bring it in, and on that line, that one through here. Okay, there's another building that is next to one, but behind this big building. Let's assume it's a little bit bigger. And there's also a little gap between this building and the other building. And this other one is set in a little bit. In other words, there's a gap here for parking areas. It'll run through. To there. And let's assume it's the same height as that one, but it's set inwards. In other words, that one will go across there, and let's say you got that little piece. Let's bring that in across there. Let's say it's that wide. You can see why I'm doing the pen and ink, so that you don't get mixed up with all the lines. And that one goes automatically down that side, and let's get where that bottom piece is. That will run down here, and that's set in about that. That will be round about there. So let's put that in. I'm just giving all sorts of little different types of situations that you come across. If you see them, you know how to do it. There. That one runs through there. That one goes that little piece. Then we have that little, we've done that one already. And that one corner comes down. So there's that one building behind the other one. So let's rub that out there. You've got the other building. Now let's assume that this one here has got like a little penthouse on the top. So sometimes on the top of these buildings, not necessarily a penthouse, but what they do, they have the air conditioning units all nicely on top. So out of the way, so let's do that. Let's say it's the little one across that wide. It's good to be able to just use your imagination now and again. That one going across there. Okay, so let's use the pen. There you've got your little penthouse. Okay, let's do that. There's better. Okay. Now we have another little building across here. There's a little gap there. Let's say that building is quite a wide building. It goes from there. We have another little building that goes through to there. Now we need to draw the construction lines. That one through to that one. These are the front faces. This is this wide building. Runs up here. Right, let's have this one a bit shorter. We're going to make them long and the tall and the shorter them. Used to be a song many years back during the war, the long and the short and the tall. Okay? And let's make this one a little bit taller. Go up to there. That face. Go there with that line now there. Top of that corner goes here. Now we're going to watch it. You can't make the face of that one that goes over the street. And that's why we've got this construction line across here. So that one, let's make this two buildings back to back in the same height. Two separate buildings altogether. Okay, that one tops up top here. Unfortunately, that's the same height as that one, but all right. Give it a little bit of a twist there. And this top one across there, and let's have a look. This building, from here, will go right across the block. That one will go across that point. There's a pavement on that side. That building will go up here. And we need to know where that part is there. That one is across there, okay. And that one disappears, so let's do that. Change that line very slightly. That goes behind. This is the front here. This is very, very good exercise in getting to know your three-point perspective. There's different types of three-point perspective, and this is just one of them. Across there. Now we need to see where that line is, and it's this one. The bottom of that corner runs across here, and let's get the street line. You got to watch all these things so that you don't get mixed up. There's a bit of a pavement, so you've got that point there. Take that up. And we run that up, past that building, up into there. And that corner of this big building is actually right through to there. That one runs across. Let's see, where was that point again? Through to there, so that's the one. It happens to be that this building is the same height as this one here, by coincidence. It is there. Got that one. Join these together. There to there. There we have that building. And later on we will add all the little windows, etc. for these. So let's do some more across here. This time we're going to have some smaller buildings. That road that goes across, so you get a bit of a pavement. Let's have that one there, and then there's a bigger building up to here, and we'll just do these two blocks, and that road will be on its own. Let's get the bottom faces while we're here. These are going to be really way out. It's like a fisheye looking at from the top. these out. And we're going to make these a little bit smaller, so let's add a smaller building in here. That one will be that height there. I can just go straight with a pen to that one. And let's say this one here is a little bit taller. To that line. Okay, let's do the front face of each one of these. One to there. Right, now we need to work out that one. Let's check where the road goes again, where the pavement. That road goes across here. Take that one. That corner. Can't go any further than that point there. So let's take that one up. Okay, we won't be able to see those. Those have disappeared completely behind the building. We've got that one there, and that one will go into there. Let's do this top one. And let's say it's the full width of the street. It goes from here through to there. There's the street and there's the pavement. So I'll just put that there, bring that down onto that, bring that up there. Now, that's this one. Now we need that corner. Runs across the street. And that one, get that corner again. This one is about there. Let's run that up here. That corner is behind there. See, this is where you've got to watch now. Let's take that again from there to there to there. Okay, there's the width. One's going to there to there. That one goes down. About there, that's fine. Okay, there we go. Then we have those buildings, so that's this whole block. All these, here's 1, 2 blocks across here. So let's work on that side now. And I'm going to right, let's leave those lines first. We've got that one here. From there to there. And right, let's add this other little block here as well. So you've got from there, maybe there's a little ooh, what happened here? Somewhere got a splash of ink from the pen. That's unusual. Okay, I don't know where that came from. Let's give it a okay, we have to live with that. This building will run up here. And one up here. And let's say it's quite a tall building, so it's going to be up there. With that corner. Make that quite a big building. And across there. Okay, let's take that line and run this one down here. Okay, got another. This one's taller than the other one. And we get to make it that wide. Another little tip, if you got your paper on a board that you don't mind putting knocking a little drawing pin in or something, yeah, at the vanishing point, what you can do is put a tiny little nail, just knock a little nail in, that one there, and when you do these ones, you can just run your ruler up against that one and then swing it around. So it's much easier then to get hold of your things. Just a little pin, sometimes just an ordinary pin that you use for, you know, the ladies use for sewing, etc., etc. Sometimes you can get like a chalkboard or something underneath your paper, and you can press that in. It's just one of those little tips. I think I'm going to leave it at that. All right, let's just finish these two here because it's getting so. We're looking at such an angle now that it's difficult to sort out something there. But anyway, let's say this building is about that high. Just do these two little ones here. Then, and it's a longish building. Okay. And it's about there. Across there. That point, to that point there, okay, so let's draw that in. Right, we're going to leave it at that. So let's rub all these lines out inside here. Erase all that out. I'll leave the other construction lines there. You can start putting some. Oh yeah, what we need to do is that one here. There's that road. It goes inside. That one is in there. The razor that I'm using is just a plastic one. I managed to get hold of this black one. It works very, very nice. And right, let's just do that. So let's get rid of all that. Should actually use a brush, but I haven't got one with me here. Okay. Now I'm going to do a few little construction lines for windows. So that'll just run across there. Of course, as it goes down, it starts getting closer and closer. a few construction lines. I can go in between them as I need to go. All I want to do at the moment is just get the angles right. These are not the actual lines where the windows are going to be. It's just to get the perspective. Those will run down there. And we do the same on this side. See, even these windows also follow the fan action. You're fanning it out. Now we can start putting some on this line across. And okay. Also, these windows also follow these lines here as well. All these windows, you've got to be careful, otherwise you're going to get them at the wrong angle. Again, I'm not going to do too many, but just enough to give the impression. Those ones will also be that way. There we go. Right, one thing you need to remember that if you're looking down, you don't see this, and they're slightly recessed, you don't see the face on this side. So you're going to see the face there and the face here. You're going to see it that way. So let's make these quite big windows. So there's another one here, another one there. So let's do the darker lines first. That one's going to be and maybe there's no windows here. Windows on that side. Let's put a few here. Now you're going to draw a thin line. Just a thin line. Let's darken these up. Very thin line. And when you get down, you're not going to detail them too much. all you're going to do is now start doing these little and then your brain tells you that these look the same as those. Get smaller and smaller as they go down. So you get those down. The same as these ones here. Let's say you've got a fairly big window that's running across the top here. You're going to make them all the same. Another little one here. These ones you're looking more sideways now, so these lines here will be smaller and smaller. Lines will follow those lines going out there. We've got windows up here. here you're just going to see these ones. Doorway down the bottom, doorway in here. Make sure that is dry. These ones will also have your big windows up here. If you really want to do them properly, all the little lines you should actually do with a ruler all the way through. If you really want to get them absolutely nice and neat. Get these thin little lines, what I do is I'm holding the pen at a 45-degree angle, and then you just use a little edge. And then when I'm doing the thicker lines, I'm holding it more straight up to get the width of the nib. Very, very lightly. Okay, so there we have, yeah, right. We're going to have some people walking along here as well too. People walking here. Got some cars. Just to make it look something is happening. And let's say here we have a bit of a park arrangement with some shrubs, hedging, and some pavement. Or maybe you got some cars parked here too. Okay. Got some right, let's assume this one's got no windows on the side, except somewhere down the bottom here. Quite often you get these big buildings, some of them have got nothing on. And you get some of the nice artists, they come along and they've put some lovely graffiti and all the rest on there. Right, let's assume here there's a doorway. And a few little windows across here. Leave that. Maybe there's a sign across here. What shall we put there? Sign. And we've got some graffiti on the side. Then we've got windows on that side there as well. Right, let's put them in. Just indicate a few. All those lines go down this way. Okay. Let's put this. Right, we can call this a day now. So from me until next time, keep well.